yeah.
Giving you the real from A to Z surrounding the Dallas Cowboys. News, updates, rumors, transactions, takes, and more. So strap up, Cowboys Nation, and start your day off with A to Z Sports. Live with Will Steele.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Woo, 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 woo. Boy, I got too much energy, man. Good morning, good people. Welcome to A to Z Sports Live, presented by Texas Family Fitness, Freeman Mazda Hyundai, and Worth the Poor. I am your host, Will Skywalker. Still, boom! Hold on. Finally. Yeah, I get the microphone.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Finally, the draft has come back to Vegas. Oh, and after the millions and millions of raggedy-ass mock drafts, the real deal is here. Pencils down, books closed. That's it. Tonight is the night, and I got a special announcement. Announcement on tonight's show, so make sure y'all hold tight for that. We've got rumors today. We've got a guy that I trust and believe that has a big voice in the offensive line world that has made me come to the side of a certain someone. So we'll talk about that as well. And then, today is mostly about y'all. So y'all can call in today if you want. 351-999-3787 is the call-in line. This is going to be a dress-down day, a will out the TV day. We're relaxing. We're kicking back, relaxing, all cool, shooting some b-ball outside. Yo, we chilling. My lady's in the building. She said, imagine hearing that same speech at 6 a.m. I could not sleep last night. I couldn't, and no matter how down you are on the team or whatever, or frustrated, something special about draft day. There's just something real special about today. It's really the first mark of new hope. It really is. And that's just the fandom in all of us, man. So I'm excited for it. I'm glad y'all are here. We got a couple monster donation already, man. I'm not even going to drop that super chat. I'm going to drop the clue bomb. Thank you, Miss Charlene, with the $99 donation. Says happy draft day. Indeed, another donation. Toxic Tom says roll out the Zenith TV, rewind the Free Willy, dim the lights and settle in. It is movie day. Absolutely. In fact, I got a little something different I want to do today, Cowboys Nation, and Charlene and Toxic. You guys can be a part of this here. So, because it is draft day, because I wanted to do something special for those who participate and send in super chats and things like that, if you do send in a super chat today, please attach what you think the Cowboys will do with their first 3 picks. So give me 3 prospects, just names. That's all you got to do. Don't have to give me reasons or anything like that. 3 prospects, And whoever gets it right, if anyone does get it right, I will send them personally a $50 Visa. I won't call it a rewards card, a gift card, whatever, but it's $50 you can use. So I'll repeat, if you are sending in super chats today, make sure you attach. I don't care if it's $1, it doesn't matter what it is. If you send one in, just attach your picks, 3 picks. And the reason why the super chats, because it's easier to go back and I can see who actually participated. So I think that's something fun. And over on Facebook, if you do want to participate, come on over on YouTube. Unfortunately, there is no super chat model over there. So come over on YouTube and just drop it in here and we can get you included in that. So that's what we're going to do, man. And Toxic already, I got to write yours down, Toxic, because you didn't attach it there. So you said green. Who's Brooks? Brooks or Burks? KT. You got to be a bit more specific, brother. Be a bit more specific. Justin, it's for the super chats. It's easier to keep track of who did it. So, man, we got a fire show later lined up, and that's what I want to get to. So, after a day of thinking, after talking to Mo, talking it over, not Mo, but Foots, we will be doing the entire first round. The plan was to come in and we'll about pick 10 or so, hop on before the Cowboys pick. Plans changed. I think, the excitement, the possibility, the smoke of possibly moving up, and just the draft, man. I enjoy doing the draft. I enjoy covering it. I enjoy producing the draft shows. This will be my 3rd year. For those that were here last year, if you remember my reaction, I don't think I'm going to get a reaction like that. There's probably just one player that would get me that excited to do how I reacted last year. If you don't know, check out, I think it's on Boss Cowboys channel. Go check out the draft show there. Micah Parsons got selected, and I just snapped, man. I had my little suit and my little blazer and shirt and tie. I almost came up out of that thing when Micah Parsons got selected. But we will be on live 8:15-ish. I say 15-ish, not because of me, y'all. I promise y'all, not because of me. But because we just got to get some things together. The number 1 overall pick will probably be made at that time anyway. So you can check us out there. So Foots will be joining me. Day 1, day 2, it'll be Mo. So I'm excited. I'm ready to go, man. I really am. And later today, again, like I said, man, this is roll out the movie, roll out the TV stand. We chilling. Later today, I will play a snippet of Mo's interview with Bob Stern from The Athletic. He talked about some wide receivers, and I want you guys to take a listen to that. And maybe I'll drop the actual link in from that whole interview, which was fantastic, by the way. Salute to Mo. Salute to my guy. Oh my God. Salute to my guy Mo. He actually absolutely killed that interview. Thank you to Bob Stern for coming on to A to Z Sports again. A fantastic interviewee. And hopefully we can get him back again. Roberto says, Sky, he's from your area of PA, right? Mike, I mean, not just my area, damn near my hood. Now, he's from uptown, but yes, he is literally from the same city that I am. Not necessarily grow up, but I didn't discover his football talents until he was in 8th grade. I discovered his basketball talents prior to that because of AAU. So, yeah. James says, Sky's reactions to draft picks are legendary. I tell you what, James, so you've been around for the last couple years. Year 1 that we did this, it was the CD Lamb draft, okay? We didn't think CD Lamb was going to fall, and I absolutely lost it in a good way. It was a fun reaction, just natural. Y'all know me and my emotions. Year 2, didn't think Michael Parsons was going to be a pick. Ended up being the pick, one of my favorite players in the draft. Obviously, I'm biased, whatever. And had a great reaction. Year 3, can we get Jordan Davis? We'll see. What's up, Ray? We'll see. All right, look, let's hit the roundup. There's some good stuff in the roundup. And then coming out of that, we'll talk about the wide receiver situation, play the Mo interview. And I want to hear from y'all. Call in. Let's talk, but let's do this. Oh, come on.
time! It's time! It's time! It's time!
Time.
It's time!
Time?
It is time for...
It's time for the morning roundup. Round 'em up, boys.
Draft Day morning roundup presented by Texas Family Fitness. Strive for progress, not perfection. Fitness goals are not accomplished with one workout. Progress towards your goals with Texas Family Fitness. More than just a fitness club, they provide the tools, support, and resources you need to achieve your goals. State-of-the-art equipment and so much more. So check out any of the 13 different locations in the DFW area or visit TexasFamilyFitness.com. So what, 3 shows ago, I did a show. I said there's 3 players, really could be more, but there were 3 players that I used in our example that would be an absolute shock to me if the Cowboys took them for different reasons, not just, their talents, but for different reasons. One of those guys was Trevor Penning, the tackle from Northern Iowa. I was skeptical. I am skeptical still. I'm not gonna, I listen, salute to my guy Duke, but I am still a little bit skeptical on the interest. I'm skeptical on the player for the fit for a multitude of reasons. Small school guy. I have a hard time believing they actually take him. But we're hearing, whether it be smoke or not, that they actually like him. And my concerns on Penning are twofold. One, can he actually play guard? Because I don't think he's going to come in here and beat out Terrence. I don't. So can he play guard? And 2, I talked about this on Tuesday or Monday, whatever day we did that show. I'm worried about his hands at guard. Let's take a look at what our guy Duke Manyweather had to say. And if you guys do not know who Duke Manyweather is, just Google Duke. He is the O-line guru that all prospects go to, that NFL players go to. He's helped make help Pro Bowlers, All Pros, everything. He's helped develop those guys. So Duke was actually talking to JC, and he said, "Yes, sir, my thoughts exactly. Immediately starts at left guard and slides to left tackle when Smitty retires." Huh. Okay. So if Duke says he can immediately start at left guard, I start to pay attention a little bit more. And then I'm glad Jay Herbo, shout out to Jay Herbo on Twitter, whoever that is, he asked this question: how much has his technique improved? Hands being wide was his issue. We fixed that. Okay. I'm not going to let these 2 tweets just completely change my opinion on him. But I will say this makes me feel a little bit better. Not just a guy sitting at my crib watching tape, but a guy who is working with him. He's been working with Trevor Penning, and he said he's improved with his hands, and he believes he can slide in that guard. Now, does that mean I'm going to sit here and jump for joy if they take him? Nah. But I probably won't be as dejected if that pick does happen. Right? So I'm interested to see what happens this week or tonight, because we've been hearing the Cowboys are trying to come up. Rumor has it from SI.com, and this is what they say: our sources tell us the Cowboys have been making phone calls in attempts to trade up into the top 14 or so. One of the sources adding the Cowboys are desperate to do that, and they have a specific and singular player in mind. It went from singular player on the Twitter sphere to a lot of people bringing up a bunch of names. And Trevor Penning is one of the names that I heard. Listen, guys, I don't want to trade up for a Trevor Penning. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that. If I'm trading up, it's got to be a Kayvon Thibodeau. It's got to be a Cross. You know me, Jordan Davis. Who's the one player in mind? I don't think it's one player amongst us, because I don't think realistically as Cowboys fans you can narrow it down to one player. Maybe one player that you like, But I don't think it's one player in particular because you just can't predict the draft that way if you're the Cowboys. Also, you got to kind of take a look. Is it smoke? It very well may be a lot of smoke to this whole situation. A day before the draft, the person that is reporting this, Fish, who, listen, I ain't got nothing against Fish, but a lot of people don't like him. I personally think he could be used as, hey, put this out here, right? And let's see what happens. So we'll see if it's smoke. I'll tell you this. I do believe, and we talked about this prior to the Fish report coming out. We talked about this after the presser. After they did the draft presser, I said, if I had to guess, I do think they are interested in coming up. They've talked way too much about how thin it's been in the top half of the draft in this first round. And they talk way too much about how deep the rest of the draft is. So to me, that would indicate that they are interested in coming up to get one of those 16 first round picks because they believe, hey, if I got to give up a second or a third, cool. I'll just replenish the rest of my roster with 2, 4, 5, 5, 5 or 3, 5, 4, 5, 5, 5. So I think it's possible. Now, if we're going to play this game, right, how far up do the Cowboys go? Because I don't think 24-56 is going to be enough to get you to top 10. Might not be enough to get you to 11 or 12. Y'all could do the draft numbers. But Bobby Belt believes this year it won't cost them that much to come up. Teams in general that much to come up, possibly because the draft isn't looked at as that kind of draft where, like last year it probably would cost you a whole lot to come up. 10 picks, 12 picks, 15 picks. This year, I don't think that's the case. Oh, there's a lot of people, Oscar. Yeah. Just go on Twitter, brother. A lot of people. So let's get into the chat, see what you guys got to think about this morning round up. I'm only coming up for a cross. Yeah, Danny, you've been very steadfast, 10 toes down on only coming up for Charles Cross. Not moving up for Penning. Yeah, I'm not moving up. Oh, so you will come up for Jordan or Lloyd. Okay, that's all right. If someone, Travis Jones, falls to us at 56, Cowboys got to take him, says Grant. Brandon Edwards, top 14. Which players do you think are realistic for them to get? So, possibly Cross. I hate to even use the term Penning, right? Or the term use the player Penning in this situation because I just don't. I'm not trading up for no damn Penning, bro. I'm not. Davis, I gotta be. Listen, Davis ain't no slouch, so I'd come up for him. 12 or 14, 19 is where you guys are going. We got some super chats with some player names, so let me get to those. Mind you, for those who weren't here at the beginning of the show at the open, we're doing something fun today. For those participating in the super chats, I don't care if it's 99 cents, $1, whatever. I will be entering your name in not a drawing, but entering your name in a drawing if you place your 3 players that you believe will be the Cowboys picks. And whoever gets that right will get a $50 Visa card. Now, if it's multiple people, then we'll just pick a hat. We'll do it live and we'll pick a hat. But 3 players. It doesn't matter if it's a trade, whatever. Just 3 players. I made it tough on y'all. 3 is hard. I would have did 2, but that's real easy. I wanted to make it a bit tough. So whoever gets it right gets that. So Travis, appreciate you for the donation.
Super chat.
He says Thibodeau. Okay, I like it. And then Khalil Shakir. So I'm not Travis. Tarvis. Tarvis, you got to give me your 3rd player. Got to give me your 3rd player. But Thibodeau and Khalil Shakir. All right. Grant.
Super chat.
Appreciate you for the donation. He has Green, Garrett Wilson, Karloff. What? Hey, Grant. You think the Cowboys is coming away with Kenyon Green, Garrett Wilson, and Karlaftis? Listen, brother. If they do that, so you know how I said I wouldn't react all crazy from 1 pick, but if they come away with those 3 picks in the top 3 rounds, I will have that reaction. I will have that reaction. There was a question. Tizzy says, Sky, you have a busy day. I hope you got the coffee ready. Tizzy, you have no idea. Not just one day. today, tomorrow, and Saturday is going to be nuts. And then Sunday is going to be spent basically breaking down more of these players. And then next week is going to be fun too. So, yep, I got the coffee, the energy drinks. It's all ready, brother. It's all ready. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to jump on to into the horn right now. We got our guy Danny Savage, a.k.a. the Guru in the building. And then we'll come out of that and listen to Bob Sturm with our guy Mo. All right, so Grant said he misunderstood the question. I thought the pick at 24, who could it be? Nah. Cowboys top 3 selections. Round 1, 2, 3, or if you think it's 1, 3, 4, whatever, doesn't matter. Just give me your 3 players you think they're going to pick in consecutive rounds or what have you. So just shoot me another message. I'll try to write it down because I had to do the same thing with Toxic. And then give me cash at Sky. What's your gut feeling on the pick? Possible trade back. Gut feeling is actually a trade up. Not saying it's going to happen, but that's my gut. It's turning me in my gut. I think the Cowboys are going to trade up tonight. But if they do not and they stay put, I see them staying put as opposed to trading back. It comes down to wide receiver or guard. So I'm looking at probably a Burks, a Green. Little birdie saying ain't too interested in Zion. It's only 2 players in 24. You need to have more than that. But I'm basically going off of what Dane believes as well, Dane Brugler. But I do believe that offense is the direction. Wide receiver, offensive guard, or tackle if one of them falls. Could be Raymond. Hope it ain't Smith, but it could be Raymond. All right, the Guru. Good morning, good sir. What you got for us?
Good morning, Sky. Good morning, Sky. Please, no Raymond. No Raymond. I can do without a 25. I can do without a 25-year-old prospect who needs to put on 20 more pounds. No, don't want him.
I'm hearing interest, but it could be smoke, Danny, right? It could be smoke.
I hope so. Since November, Charles Cross was my offensive tackle number 1. He's like a dancing bear. He makes it look easy. Evan O'Neal, he's a monster. He's huge. He's a genetic freak.
Boy, yeah.
But let's think about this. Alex Leatherwood, who busted in the Raiders, kept him on the right side while Alex Leatherwood played left tackle. So you got to think about that. I notice I tend to overanalyze things.
But he moved. Didn't he move the left tackle last year?
Yes, for 1 year. For his 1 year. But Alex Leatherwood kept him on the right side while he played left tackle. I mean, I just, listen, he's a freak, but I like Cross. Icky, my opinion, he's a monster. I think he's a guard. If you want Cross, you got to get up to 6 with Carolina. You want Cross. He ain't getting out of the top 10. And besides him, do I like Penning at guard? Yes. But I don't like him that much more that I have to give up draft picks. Where if I can stick to 24 and get Green or Slayer from Georgia, I'd rather do that.
So
I would go up?
It's Savage. What if they stay at 24 and take Penning? You cool with that?
Yeah, if he's there, I'm okay with that. But I think I would still go Green over Penning.
Okay.
Because Green, but I don't know. I don't have his medical. I don't know because they're saying his knee's messed up. I don't know to what extent. But also too, crazy as it sounds, Larry Allen, the year he came out, he wasn't on a lot of draft boards because of shoulder. They said he had a bum shoulder. How did that work out? So you got to just trust what your doctors tell you. If besides Cross, I would go up for Lloyd. He's my linebacker 1. I mean, listen, at this point.
That one's interesting, Danny, because I'm not sure what your thoughts are on the depth of this linebacker class, but as much as I do like Lloyd and Dean, I just feel like you can get what you need from that linebacker position in day 2.
Correct. You can get Tyndall from Georgia. Tyndall from Georgia is a freak. The way he closes his closing speed.
He shoots out of a cannon.
It's crazy. It's crazy when you watch him play. Also, Brandon Smith from Penn State. He has no clue what he's doing. But you know what I do if I draft him? I put him at edge. He's 6'3", 255. And now these are not my words. These are Micah's words. Micah has said he's just as athletic as he is. So, I mean, would you go up for Lloyd? It's possible, or if you really want to invest in the defense, Micah, Jordan Davis. Because Jordan Davis is, no matter what, is not getting past Philly. And that's what I don't want.
Man.
I do not want to play against that kid. For the
Yeah,
next 10 years.
they make me nervous. I'm glad they traded their pick away though, because they had 3 first-round picks. They had a chance to really just absolutely grab a bunch of ballers in this draft. But if I'm Philly, I'm not mad at that because they get an extra first-round pick next year, and it could be high because I don't think the Saints are going to be all that great.
But there's also talk that Philly might be trying to move up tonight. No, it's a scary thought. Picture Philly if they would have kept their third. If I'm Philly tonight and they're there, I take Wyatt and Davis.
Well, I wouldn't because they got Milton Williams, who I think showed a lot of promise last year.
You're right. From last year, you're right. Milton Williams,
Yeah.
Louisiana Tech. Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah.
No, you're right. My bad. Listen, today's like Christmas.
It is,
Like last night, couldn't even sleep.
Me neither.
And I'm going to show my age. Back in the day, it was 12 rounds, and it was one day. And so it would start Saturday morning on ESPN at like 8 o'clock, and no joke. And you're going until it would end maybe 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. And then they realized how big it got, and then it went to the 3-day process, which is good. But I mean, the 3-day process helps the teams that can't draft. Where it's like fantasy.
Hey,
what you're doing. You got 30 seconds. Boom, boom. You gotta pump those picks out. But,
I want them to go back to Saturday and Sunday, or Friday, Saturday, or what have you, because staying up to midnight and didn't having to go to work the next day is a bit rough.
Yeah. Well, listen, man. I want O-line. I'll take Penning if he's there. I do like Green. I just think Green is more versatile.
Sure.
Penning's a tackle who can't play tackle in the NFL, who can play guard, but Green can play anywhere.
I agree.
So we'll see what happens. But like I said, I don't have their medicals.
Jeremy.
So we'll talk tomorrow, and just we got to pray tonight. We have a good draft.
All right, my guy. Listen, we'll be back. Come through later tonight. Me and Foots will be breaking it all down, man.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I'll call back tonight. You got it.
All right, bro.
Talk to you later.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah, I'm at the point in this draft. I've been saying it. Y'all know I haven't wavered on this. They could go so many different ways. There's at least 4 different positions that they could take in this first round, and I'll come away not tripping. Now the player of that position, I'll be a bit dejected if it's a couple of the players we talked about. But again, man, O-line help, whether it be guard, tackle, wide receiver, I'm cool with that. Linebacker, hey, let's go. Defensive tackle, yep. You know what I mean? Defensive end, cool. I don't think they're really in a position of luxury to be like they don't need any of those, at least for the foreseeable future. Now, maybe some of those positions you could be like, we can get away in 2021. But if there's a certain player at one of those positions, I still would take them if they're higher on your board, because you're looking beyond 2022. You're looking beyond the year 2022. So listen, it's going to be real hard to piss me off as a Cowboy fan tonight. Real hard. We got a couple more donations with their picks. I might have been confusing, and my apologies if I was. Donations today includes your 3 picks for the Cowboys in rounds 1, 2, 3, or rounds 1, 3, 4, whatever. It doesn't matter. The Cowboys' first 3 selections. The winner, whoever gets it right, $50 Visa card. Joe Lagooner.
Super chat.
Appreciate you. He's got George Pickens, Jamari Salyer, and Sam Williams. KB two time says
Super chat.
Now he switched it up, so I'm gonna read the one you want. Jordan Davis, Pickens, and Ed Ingram. Grant H2O, appreciate you.
Super chat.
He has Green, Sky Moore, and Tyndall. I'm loving all y'all. I'm be honest with you. We come away with a lot of these. Good. I'm good. What's good, Twan? All right, so one of the players that the Cowboys may trade up for, don't know how real this is, but according to Bobby, they are in love with Drake London, right? They like the kid, and we talked about this yesterday. And last night on Primetime, Mo spoke with Bob Sturm from The Athletic about the wide receiver position. Now, I'm going to play about a 5-minute clip, not the whole 30-minute interview. Go check that out, though. It is on our page. But here's Mo with Bob Sturm talking about how he feels about this wide receiver position in this draft tonight.
But let's talk about wide receivers here, because I was intrigued by this. You put together your Storm 60 usually. This time it will go up to 65. And it seemed to me, right off the bat, you're high on a lot of these wide receivers. I would say in comparison to other draft analysts. So, for example, you had 6 wide receivers with a first-round grade, then another 2 with a first to second grade, and yet 1 for a second grade, and then second to third, you have Watson there. Just your overall thoughts on this wide receiver class, and then I will ask you, if the Cowboys picked one at 24th, who would be your favorite one for the Dallas Cowboys?
Okay, yeah. So it's a really interesting group. I think we're seeing college football is producing a ton of top pass catchers, and the way the game's going, where the passing game is continuing to grow. 11 personnel is continuing to grow. 10 personnel is growing. So now teams are putting 4 receivers on the field quite a bit. The Cowboys aren't as into that. They like the tight end. And I think ideally they would like multiple tight ends as kind of their base, but because Mike McCarthy does prefer the run pass situation where you kind of set up a defense to not know what to key on, and that should make your passing game easier. So I get that, but the league in general is needing more and more wide receivers, and college is producing them. So I don't see franchise altering wide receivers necessarily in terms of a top 5 guy. I don't see Megatron in this draft. There are certain things we look for in completeness for our prospects to say this guy is a high first, but it's in terms of actual first. So what we're looking at there is this guy can be your best wide receiver. Think CeeDee Lamb a couple years ago. This guy can be your number 1 receiver. He can do everything pretty well, but there might be 1 or 2 things that make you think. In the case of like Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, you're talking about size. When you look at a guy like Treylon Burks, you might say, is he twitchy enough? Is he explosive enough as a leaper? Is he, can he win a dunk contest? Basically, is what you're looking for there. So they all do different things well. I'm not positive that any of them scream superstar, top 5 receiver in the league, but that's the interesting thing about this position. If you look at the best receivers right now in the NFL, very few of them were top of the draft guys. Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp. I mean, you can make a long list of our superstar wide receivers were not superstars on draft day. So now you're looking at technicians, guys who can win at all the levels. And that's why, I do come back to a guy like Chris Olave as a real ideal player, because he's a route runner. He can win, short. He can win long. He can win inside the numbers. He can win out to the sideline. But more than anything, he just understands the position. The downside is he barely weighs 180 pounds. We used to really care about that because durability. Now with the changing of the rules, the elimination of headshots, you can kind of ease up our standards on size and body armor. And we can say, well, this guy can have a long career because we're seeing it now. They're calling safeties for attempted decapitations, And so overall, I do think that we're seeing the evolution of the National Football League continue to grow. When I look at who would fit best for the Cowboys, well, then I suppose I'm looking for, somebody to take the role of Amari Cooper. And when I look at that type of guy, a traditional X receiver, I really think a lot of people are sleeping on somebody like George Pickens from Georgia. I think he is, great size. He's got a little Dez Bryant look to him. He really knows what he's doing. He's been injured, and that's probably why he isn't a top 10 guy. But I think a guy like a George Pickens would fit very well for them. I really like Treylon Burks. And I do like Drake London, and I think a lot of people are not as high on Drake London as I am, but I think he is even more twitchy than Burks is. Like London really is a basketball player who really could win a dunk competition. I think he has almost a 40-inch vertical leap. So now you can win those aerial battles as well. So it's going to be like everything on draft day, which is, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream? I know is a great cliche, and we're all going to have a different answer. So we're all going to find a different receiver we're in love with. But these first round guys, these 6 guys that I'm a big fan on, and by the way, those first seconds you speak of, I think I have the Penn State kid Dotson in there, and maybe a couple others. And the point
Sky
to that,
Moore.
yeah, Sky Moore, they are tremendous players as well. I just don't know that they could be a 1. They're more of like a 2. But in today's 11 personnel modern NFL, you need a 2. You need a very good 2, and your 3 is important. So I think the Cowboys do want 3 competent weapons at wide receiver who can win on multiple levels, who can do multiple things. And I think any of those 8 for sure could fit that mold.
Good stuff there from Mo. I did drop the link in the chat, I believe, on both Facebook and YouTube. So check out that full interview, Mauricio Rodriguez and Bob Sturm from The Athletic. Good stuff. A lot of good nuggets in there. His opinion on wide receivers kind of mesh with what's happening around the league. He talked about how a lot of the top wide receivers aren't guys that have been taken early in round 1. But I still do believe you have to take these guys probably before you get to day 3, right? Probably before you get to the 4th, at the very least the 3rd. There was a statistic that I think it was Marcus Mosher dropped that once you get past the top 75, the chances of you getting a stud wide receiver decreases drastically. And that's probably with any position. But I do think Dallas could come away with a really good one. Do they have to do it in round 1? No. It's just like with guard. Do you have to do it with round 1? No. Defensive end? No. Tackle? I think yes. Like if the Cowboys are trying to get a tackle that can play this year or next year, then I think they got to do that early, and that's maybe where you trade up. But yeah, make sure you guys go check that out. Good stuff from Mo. Good stuff from Bob Sturm from The Athletic. I see in the chat there's a lot of discrepancy about wide receiver, whether it be size, whether it be speed, whether it be, whatever. A lot of you guys are kind of at odds. That's the beauty of the draft, right? There is no one way. There's no one way. There are so many different productive players in the NFL that are productive in a way that you may not like them coming in. So it's kind of a wait and see. And I will say this about wide receiver. It really, really depends where they go. Seriously. Like, I like Cooper Kupp, man. Do I think Cooper Kupp is better than Amari Cooper from a talent standpoint? Absolutely not. I don't. But Cooper Kupp was put in a situation by year 4 or whatever it is this year, he was able to put up ridiculous numbers because he was that guy in that type of system, right? And that happens across the league. And you can argue that with quarterbacks. You can argue that with running backs, whatever. But receivers so dependent on literally everything else around them. Their job, yes, is to get open. But at the end of the day, if the Q can't get it to them or the scheme doesn't get it to them or it's not blocked and all this other stuff, it's going to be hard for them to produce at that type of level. So I think there is just so many receivers that the Cowboys can take that would be productive. It doesn't necessarily have to be in round 1. And one receiver might be more talented, right? Like a Jamison Williams, for example. If Jamison Williams goes to the Panthers and Sky Moore goes to the Packers, who do you think is going to have a better year or 2 years or whatever until the Panthers get a quarterback? You know what I mean? So it really depends where they go. Listen, bro, I'm not saying Kupp is trash. Don't get me twisted. I love Cooper Kupp. I don't think he's better than a lot of wide receivers in this league from a talent standpoint. You said he was putting up monster numbers with Goff. He was not putting up these monster numbers with Goff. Facts. That's facts. When you get targeted 270 million times, now granted, he catches the rock. Don't get me wrong. He gets open. He performs extremely well from the slot. But I think it's a bit naive to believe that scheme, quarterback, and want to did not play a factor in his historical season. I guarantee you he doesn't have that type of year in Dallas. Guarantee it. I guarantee you he doesn't have that type of year in New York. Either one of them. Washington. Philly. Hell, he might not even have that type of year in Green Bay because of Devontae Adams. So you have to use context. Even with historical great years, you got to use context. That's all I'm saying. I think he's a fantastic player. But my point that I'm trying to hammer home is, and he's the extreme, is that it really is dependent on where you're at. It truly is when it comes to these wide receivers. Coaching matters. Toxic time. Y'all know me. All right, we got my guy Marv in the building. What's up, Marv?
What's up, family? How you been doing?
I'm good. It's draft day. I know you're excited. You've been waiting for this day. Your call's been fired. Your energy's been there. How you feeling?
Oh, I'm good, man. I just, like you said, I don't want them to reach. I want them to fall back so they can get that extra pick in the third round. Because if there's a lot of D tackles out there. That D tackle from is that North Dakota State or something? That dude big. That dude's a beast. He was destroying them guys in the Senior Bowl. That guy's strong, man. So I'm not worried about that.
You said D tackle?
Yeah, defensive tackle. Speaking from North Dakota State or South Dakota State.
Yeah, somebody
he's from one of them.
Yeah, somebody got to tell me.
You got to check him out.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, yeah, he's big, man. He is big.
If it's North Dakota State or South Dakota State, he ain't. The Cowboys ain't drafting him. That's.
But everybody been looking at him because I've been seeing a lot of. Because I look at a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm just talking about Dallas. The last time Dallas drafted an FCS guy was Ben DiNucci. It's the only time under Will McClay is what I'm getting at. So maybe they take him in the 7th round, or 6th round.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We can get a D tackle in the 5th or 6th. But there's a lot of D tackles. So I'm not worried about that. The kids have first pick. If they drop back, I don't want no center because, like you say, we got centers, man. You got Fournette, you got Bialik, the one guy, and we got Connor McGovern. That's Connor McGovern, really. He was all Big, Big Ten? He was all Big Ten center for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then they moved him to guard. So everybody, the Cowboys line with all the grading was ranked number 3 in the whole year.
Are you about to give me PFF grades? Don't do that.
No, it was a really good grade.
Are you talking about PFF?
They did that one too, but it was another one that they did.
Marvin,
kind of good.
Let me ask you something right now. Do you believe the Dallas Cowboys offensive line was a top 3 offensive line last year? Just use your eyes, man. Grades are statistic. Grades are subjective. You tell me if they were a top 3 offensive line last year.
Top 5, yeah. I'm gonna tell you why. The bad play calling and the bad. Even though our quarterback played good, but our quarterback was nervous.
You mean to tell me you got a top 5 offensive line against the 49ers, against the Cardinals, against the Chiefs, against the Broncos? No. You didn't.
No, that was bad play calling, bro.
Oh, no, I totally. I'm gonna let you go ahead and go.
Yeah.
Go ahead. That's just wrong. But go ahead.
Listen. If they would have did the right play calling, me and my friends were sitting there because we got a Dallas club, and I was calling the plays. We was at the sports bar, and everybody was there. I said, "Watch this fool call this stupid play." Stupid play. He was not helping the line, even though that's a totally different story. I agree. The play call. This is why you're harping on play calling. You needed the play calling to help you because your offensive line wasn't playing well. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you're harping on the
yeah.
play calling, and I agree. I
Okay,
wanted OC to play.
Give me this question. Who had the worst offensive line, Cincinnati or the Cowboys?
What the hell that got to do with anything? I ain't talking about
Then who
Cincinnati.
got a lot
I'm
to do
talking
with it?
about that.
No,
You doing? I see what you're trying to do here, brother. What you trying to do here is no. I asked you not about the Cincinnati Bengals. If the Cowboys' offensive line was a top 5 offensive line against those teams that I just gave to you, you said, yeah, but it was the play calling. I promise you, go back and you watch the tape. There's no way that you can objectively watch that tape and say, man, that's a top 5 offensive line, goddammit. That's a lie.
The worst game, really, that they got beat up in was the Kansas City Chiefs. Even our president got beat up, number 70. They just wasn't ready that day. They just got their butt whooped.
Sure. Kansas City,
was in the game.
Denver, Arizona, the San Fran game, they all were piss poor.
But they still had a chance to win.
That's nothing to do with the offensive line execution. You're adding things to things that don't make sense. I can say the offensive line was not good in that game, but they had a chance to win. Those are two different things. You said that this is a top 3 offensive line. I'm almost positive majority of anybody that watches the Cowboys with the stern eye would disagree with that. And I'm trying to find out how they were. Connor Williams was inconsistent. Connor McGovern was inconsistent. Tyler Biadasz, inconsistent. Tyron Smith, after the injury, was pretty inconsistent. Like you said, Zach Martin got whooped a few times. Kansas City and Arizona, to be specific. And then you had the situation with what's his name? Collins. When he first came back, he wasn't the greatest either. So
yeah, he was
I
out.
disagree, bro.
But when Connor McGovern got beat, when he played right guard, he played beautiful. But when they played him at left, that's when he got inconsistent. That's the only difference. When he played right guard, he played off the tee. But when they put him at left, instead of the Cowboys' problem,
last one, because I'm messing with you here. Let me ask you this, MJ. All right, because this is. Are you okay with the Cowboys going into the season with Tyron Smith, Connor McGovern, Tyler Biadasz, Zach Steele, and them not addressing the offensive line until like round 3 or 4 for backups?
Yeah,
like for backups. Like
I would be happy because there's a lot of guards. Like I told you, the Kentucky guard.
No. I'm saying for backups. I'm saying like you draft a guard in the 3rd, 4th round, but you're drafting him to be a backup behind Connor McGovern. You're cool with the starting lineup being McGovern, Biadasz, Zach, Steele, and Smith, and you're confident that group can hold you up throughout the season.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm 100%.
All righty.
I'm gonna call. Hey, they can play, man. Okay. The offensive coordinator they're gonna be stronger and they're gonna be better. The only person you got to worry about really is the left tackle getting hurt. That's why I won't play him in preseason. I will not play him in preseason.
Oh, we ain't got to worry about.
That's the only one.
No worries about McGovern. He's A-okay.
No, I'm not worried about McGovern.
Jesus Christ.
McGovern's gonna show y'all, gonna shut y'all up. Cause
he got to shut us up. He got to shut the staff up. He got benched, Marv. I don't understand how you have this confidence in the cat where he got benched.
He got benched because y'all try to blame him, and it wasn't
Who's
him.
y'all? I don't make the decisions.
It wasn't McGovern. You gotta go watch that tape, man. I watch a lot of tape.
Bro, he got benched by the coaches. He didn't get benched by the fans.
No, they got benched by that dumb offensive coach. They already said it. He on his butt too.
Boy, you went for a rude. You went for a rude awakening, huh? You went for a rude awakening. If he
don't do good this year, they're gonna fire his ass too. Excuse my French. He's gone.
The whole staff is gonna be gone probably, besides Quinn.
Yeah. But Philbin, he's a dummy, man.
All right, Marv. Let me get to some more callers, good brother.
All right, family.
Appreciate you, man. Hey, I
feel passionate about that line.
I'm just shocked. I am taken away. I don't understand how somebody could watch what they watched last year and come away with offensive line is fine. Our aging, injury-prone left tackle. Our left guard that we've benched going into year 4 still hasn't found his foot. Our center, he cool. I mean, nothing to make me be like, yo, our offensive line. I love Steele. Zach Martin and Terrence Steele are about the only 2 players on that offensive line that I go into 2022 with immense confidence in being stalwarts. And that might be a bit much for Terrence Steele, but he proved to me that at right tackle he could hold it down. We good. But other than that, I mean, the depth is awful. We don't have any offensive tackle depth. You don't have any offensive guard depth. And you mean to tell me Smith, McGovern, Biotis, Zach, Terrence, and we're not addressing offensive line until day 3, end of day 2, into day 3. And that's it. Like, we're going to go into the season with 2 rookies as backups on day 3 or end of day 2 and Josh Ball. And that gives you immense confidence. Not me, sir. Not me. That's something that they got to prove to me because let's just be real. Tyron's not playing 17 games. Hell, he may not play 11. You know? So swing tackle is extremely important to me, and we don't got that on the team right now. Guard. I'm not going to keep harping on this McGovern thing, but even if you want to put McGovern at offensive guard and start him and he just be good to go, you have no depth there for a guy that was benched, for a guy who couldn't beat out Connor Williams, who he was cool, but Connor Williams wasn't something to write home about. So, you know, I should have asked him, does he think the Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl? That's usually the one. You think they're going to win the Super Bowl? Yeah, all right, cool. I ain't going to sit here and debate with you no more. You know, it's just we on different wavelengths there, bro. A Hatch, what's good, man?
Man, what's up with you, Skywalker?
It's draft day, bruh.
It's draft day, baby. It's time to get live and lit, man. Well, I got to give y'all some real Dallas Cowboys content. What's up with the Cowboys?
Give it to us.
You know what I'm saying? What's up to Skywalker? Been doing this thing on the volume, man, on A to Z. You know what it is. So I'm going to give you my 3, Sky. I'm going to give you my 3 right now. But check it out. I'm throwing monkey wrench in there, all right? Check it out. First round pick, we're going to trade down, and we're going to throw in Kelvin Joseph to the Tennessee Titans. We're going to take their first, their third, and we're going to take another 5th rounder. You get what I'm saying? So with that, we're going to take Kenyon Green, trading down 2 spots. Now, in the second round, we'll go with the wide receiver from the, South Dakota, Watson?
Christian Watson.
He going to fall in our left because Scott Moore going to go like 2 spots before us. We going to lose out on him. And then third round, we're going to take Brad Smith. We're going to take another Penn State lion, man.
Well, let me ask you this. Are you throwing in Kelvin? I mean, it's hypothetical, right? We just having fun. Are you throwing in Kelvin Joseph just because you want to get rid of the headache?
Yeah, you got to get rid of the headache, and you got to get something back for him too.
Yeah, you ain't getting nothing back though. Like you're trading down 2 spots. Like you're trading down 2 spots, and you're giving them your second round pick from last year. To me, you're basically saying I'm gonna trade down just to get rid of the guy, just to do it. You're not getting anything back. The third round pick is for you trading. That's not for Kelvin. That's for you trading down. So to me, it sounds like you're just like, yeah, I'm ready to get rid of Kelvin. If you want to get rid of Kelvin and you want to get something back, you know, aren't you looking for like an extra day 2 pick?
I would like an extra day 2 pick, but if he ain't gonna be in the league, Sky, what's his value?
True. All right, so that's why I was asking. If you're willing to, you're doing that just to get rid of him, and hey, give me a 5th, I'll deal with it. That's fair enough for you. Yeah.
Because if we keep Kelvin Joseph, Sky, we might as well bring in Kaepernick for backup. Yeah. That's how we'll do him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how Jerry can clean up all his little woos from all this offseason.
because they killing us with all this crazy stuff. But on the high end, Sky, that's just hypothetical speaking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's me just having fun with it. You know what I'm saying? But on the high note, Sky, what would you do at 24? You got Jordan Davis. You got Nicole Dean.
There's nothing else to say. It's Jordan Davis.
There's nothing else to say, right?
Ain't nothing else to say.
Where we going? Because we move up to 14, I know we getting Davis. We move up to 14, we getting Davis.
I mean, I don't know that. I hope that. But again, it's a lot of smoke going on the last couple of days. To me, it sounds like they're coming up for a wide receiver or an offensive tackle. But damn it, I'd be happy as hell if it was Jordan Davis.
Man, I'm hoping. But that's all I got for you, Sky. You know, much love. Man, y'all drop the likes, man. And y'all know we in Triple D, always holding it down. Stay up, Cowboys Nation. All right, Skywalker.
Appreciate you, brother. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Army Mom. She says, what if Fournier can start? What if Ball can start? Or am I ready to give up on him? It's not even about giving up on those dudes. What are they? In fact, I actually like Fournier. I'm interested to see him get some tick more in preseason, hopefully at center. But what are they? I mean, if we want to be blindly optimistic, yeah, man, I could say, yep, Fournier could be a starter. Ball could be a starter. Nashawn Wright could be a starter. Kelvin Joseph is going to be fine. Connor McGovern can be above, a replacement level above average. Tyron Smith is going to play 17 games. You know, LVE is going to be an all-pro again. I mean, if I just want to be blindly optimistic, I can say a ton of things about this team. But I try to talk about what is. Right? What is. Now, with the prospects, all you have is projection. And if you're going to use projection, preface it with that. Right? Like, I think they could project to do yada, yada, yada. I don't know that about Fournier and Ball. I haven't seen it. The only person close to that I've been on that similar train is with Jabril Cox. Right? Like, I do believe in Jabril Cox being a guy that could be put in this rotation because of his skill set, one, and it wasn't a lot, just a little bit of the glimpse that we saw last year, but I do think that he could be somebody on this defense. But I'm not the guy that's going around the whole team and saying that with all these unproven dudes. So I don't know what they are. I mean, now preseason come around, camp come around, we can see more things, but and my tune could change. But here in April, as is, this offensive line is concerning, especially the depth. It's extremely concerning. We got a couple more super chats entered into the $50 Visa card. Once again, all super chats include your 3 players you think the Cowboys will take around 1, 2, 3, or around 1, 3, 4, around whatever. Top 3 guys that they will take. Jay Johnson, appreciate you. He says, what's up, still the real deal? Kenyon Green. Okay, yeah, I think y'all guys are getting a little bit mixed up. He says, Kenyon Green and Kobe Dean, Zion Johnson are my 3. Keep doing your thing. Appreciate that. So, Jay, I need you to actually drop who you think they're going to take in rounds 1 through 3. I probably should have been a bit more clear on that one. My bad. I think there was another one. Grant sent another one in.
Super chat.
Ed Ingram. Oh, never mind. You're just saying Ed Ingram, Zach Tom, Kennard, or Abram Lucas would be solid if they don't draft O-line in the first round. Oh, yeah, they don't got to draft offensive line in the first round. Our hypothetical situation we were having fun with OG Marv was if they don't take one till, say, end of day 2 and day 3 to be just purely speculative backups, are y'all cool with that? I'm actually looking for them to get a starter in the first 2 days. It ain't got to be day 1, but I'm looking for them to get a starter. Bump McGovern back to an offensive guard. A utility offensive guard backup. That way your depth is solidified right there. And at some point, maybe you get a tackle that you think can out produce or beat out Josh Ball. I don't know what he is right now. You know what I mean? Or at the very least, go get me a reliable swing tackle in free agency. All right, we're going to close these things up. We got Twan and then my guy B. Had to get B in here. What's up, Twan?
What up, Scott? What's good?
What's good, man?
Not much. Hey, man, this the third year in a row I've been watching you for the draft this year, man. I just really I saw your post about like how this is gonna be the third year I'm doing it.
Third year, man.
Once again, congrats. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Oh, cool question. Are you doing the draft this year from home, or are you gonna go to Texas Live this year?
Oh, no. We're just doing it remotely. A to Z will be represented down in Vegas, though. Zach and a few other people from A to Z will be down there. Follow our Twitter, A to Z. Is it A to Z Dallas? Yeah, A to Z Dallas on Twitter. And we'll be posting behind-the-scenes stuff. On Instagram, we'll be posting stuff. So they'll be down there giving us some coverage, but we'll be remote covering the draft. It'll be me and Foots.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hey, listen, Scott. I really have a feeling they're either going to take a receiver this year. I really feel like they've really made it obvious of what they really want to do, like really to place receiver. And I feel like if receiver is there, my ideal pick is either these three right here. Garrett Wilson, the dude from Arkansas, Drake London. I really like those three. If not, Skyboy is also nice too, and then Chris Olave, of course, but really those four from my receiver prospect. Now, the Ole Miss guy that y'all been talking about, I really feel like the Cowboys are also going to get him, but I think he's going to be a day two guy.
Oh, Sam Williams?
I believe not only going to Sam Williams. I believe the first round is only tonight, and then rounds 2 to 3 will be Friday, and then whatever will also finish it out Saturday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about Sam at 56. That make me itch a little bit. I mean, it obviously depends who else is on the board, but I feel like there could be somebody else there. If he is taken, that will be. I'm not comparing him to Tristan Hill, but that will be how, Rob Marinelli got his guy in round 2 with Tristan Hill. I feel like Quinn would be like, this is my guy with Sam Williams in round 2, if that's the case. I think there's other guys that may be on the board that I'd like better. But.
What do you think he's going to do at linebacker, though? Because I'm really still kind of iffy on that position. Not going to lie. Outside of Jabril Cox and Michael Parsons.
Better take one.
I mean, yeah. Well, the dude who was the Swiss Army knife again from who was at the Senior Bowl?
Troy Anderson.
Yeah, Troy.
Yeah, I love Troy.
Like the
yeah, if we can get, I'm hearing Troy might go, in round 2, but if we can get Troy in round 3, I take it. I think they need to take a linebacker in the top 100, though. Again, like I said at the top of the show, Twan, there's about 4 or 5 different positions they can go in the first 2-3 rounds. I don't care which way it is. I feel like they need a handful of things anyway. So linebacker is one of them. But if I can get, Troy Anderson, Muma, Tyndall, Brandon Smith, Quay Walker. There's so many linebackers in this draft. Rodriguez.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys.
Dean.
Obviously Dean, right? Lloyd.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys I would be happy with.
I feel. Why did I've been hearing that Lloyd's draft stock's been dropping now. Is it because of the injury, or is it just his physicals didn't come out? I believe people say his combine wasn't the best, but the film's there. I'm still taking it, dude. If he was there.
Probably position value, right? Like at the end of the day, Stephen Jones' voice. Not too many guys like Lloyd are getting taken in the top 10 anymore, right? Micah Parsons is a freak. So it's a little bit different with him, and I urge people not to box him into a position. So he's one of those guys where you just forget positional value. Lloyd, not so much. I feel like Lloyd, I feel like you can box him in that way. So now it depends on how does he fit your team, right? Like, because if you value Lloyd for what you need higher than you value, another player, then sure, he could be in the top 15. But if not, then he's probably somewhere, beyond 20, 25 if you don't look at him in that way. It's all based on how you value him. I value Jordan Davis extremely high. That's why he's a top talent in this draft for me. But to other people who are purists, they'll say, one tech, he ain't even in my first round. All right, cool.
That's good. That's good to hear. My final thing, I'm going to leave you. Cool. I'm not going to lie. Every year I have a player that I'm going to jump up and down and scream for. This year is Jelani Woods, hands down. Really?
Really?
I know he got the highest pick.
Yes, I've been really looking at this dude's measurables and his like film, and I'm in love with the tight end. I like the measurables. I really want a tall tight end, and I really feel like he can play the position well. He ain't slow. I mean, he has a lot to work on, yes, but I really believe in this dude. Like, I'm a scream up and down if we get Jelani Woods, hands down.
Listen, he's my favorite tight end prospect in this draft. It depends who else we get if I'm going to be jumping up and down if we get Jelani Woods. He's not the one singular player. It's just one player I think that have me do that this year, and that's Jordan. But
Jordan Davis.
Yeah,
Davis.
Yeah, if we get Jordan, I'm probably going to snap. But I want Jelani Woods, but there are about 5 tight ends that the Cowboys could draft that I'd be like, yes, you need that. You need a tight end, too, that could transition to tight end 1. Even though I'm big on Sean McEwen, like I feel like he got potential. At the end of the day, though, I'm okay with upgrading from that position.
Nah, I can just imagine Jelani just catching a jump ball.
And the thing about Jelani, actually, what excites me isn't even year 1. It's the potential that he has getting better and going into year 2 to being that guy. Year 1, he could look very similar to Martellus Bennett, something like 23 receptions, 4 touchdowns for only like 250 yards or something like that. Doesn't look crazy, right? But those 4 touchdowns happen in the red zone, and that gives you confidence that you don't have to re-sign Dalton Schultz, and boom, here we go.
That's true. And if you really think about it, all the best tight ends in the league right now weren't necessarily drafted high. It took them a couple years to develop to get that up.
The first round bust rate on tight ends is extremely high. Pitt's not considered. That's a different animal. But historically speaking, over the last about 15 years, 20 years, whatever, the first round bust rate is high. Other than that, though, you can get tight ends in day 2 and 3.
Okay. Well, thank you, Sky, again, for taking the time out to me. Listen to me as always. Keep doing what you're doing. Oh, and last thing, John Mechie, what do you think he's going to end up going? I don't know. I feel like he's a steal. I know he got injured, but what do you think
day 2. Day 2. I talked about this a lot. I think there's going to be a run on wide receivers that's going to start about the middle of the first and it's going to last all the way to the end of the second, start of the third. Like all those wide receivers everybody loves is going to be gone by the time you get to the middle of the third round because there's going to be a run. You see, teams are watching what's happening around the league. They're not trying to be on the outside looking in, paying dudes $25, $30 million. So they're going to be drafting wide receivers.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I would take him if he's in the second. If we don't go for wide receiver in the first round.
Yeah, we did that in our mock draft earlier this week. We did that. It was more of a put the Cowboys cap on him. John Mechie, Power 5, receiver need. So we took him, but I don't know if they will, but yeah, we did take him.
I would take him. All right, Scott, I'm going to get out of here.
All right, bro.
Always. Keep doing what you're doing. And peace.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate you. Tune in later tonight. I saw my boy Vach in the building. Vach been killing me for the last month. Where's your comment at? He said, I'm not sad that here it is. I'm not sad that Sky won't do the draft show with me. Foot stole Sky, and that's okay. We love Foots. Shout out to my boy Vach, man. Make sure y'all check out his show as well. His draft shows are always entertaining, informative, and he will have a very, very special guest popping in. I think Colin. I don't know when, but Colin's gonna be popping in maybe in the top 10. That's gonna be cool. Hell, I'm gonna have our stuff up doing our thing, but I'm gonna have up my guy Vach on the side and checking out his show as well, man. Hey, dog, like you always say, it'll be a funny story to tell 10 years from now, but we will get that popping at some point, one way or another. As my guy Law would say, we will get that popping. Okay, let me real quick read off a couple of the top draft pundits round 1 mock drafts. Mel Kiper. Who the hell is Mel Kiper? Tyler Smith, offensive tackle. I already know what Vach would do if that would have happened. He's got the Cowboys taking him. I'd be dejected. There's like 2 or 3 players that would absolutely make me feel dejected if they took it round 1. Position, I'm not upset about, right? Like I do believe in having invested in the offensive line in the top 3 rounds right now. Player, all right now. But Mel Kiper got the Cowboys taking Tyler Smith. Todd McShay has the Cowboys trading up I believe, to take offensive tackle, Northern Iowa, Trevor Penning. You know, after Dak Prescott slid with 14 seconds left, and we went right on, a lot of people were expecting me to just go berserk. It was one of those things where I was just like, I don't know what to say. I think I even started to show off with that. I looked over to Jesse and said, I don't know what to say. I'll look over to Foots and be like, take it away, Foots. Cowboys trade up to pick 12 and select offensive tackle Trevor. Yeah. Woo. Take it away, Foots. Let me calm down. Let me take a sip. Daniel Jeremiah has a Cowboys selecting wide receiver of Penn State, Jahan Dotson. I like Jahan Dotson. Honestly, he crept up higher and higher for me about 2 weeks ago. Just happened to get to his film extremely late. I like him a lot, man. Short-handed, got some explosiveness to him, extremely twitchy and agile. He's not big, right? Like a lot of people want size with the Cowboys. He's only about 5'10", 5'11". I think he plays bigger than that. He won't have the physical catch radius because he's not 6'5" Drake London, right? But boy can go up and get the rock. Tough as nails, physical player, some swagger, some dog to him. I like Jahan Dotson a lot, man. I think he's creeping up into the first. I actually been mocking them to the Chiefs and with one of their picks, 29-30, because they lost a guy with that similar style. Well, I don't mean speed, even though he got some speed, but just that dog in him, that guy that can play in all three levels of the field. I like Dotson. So, you know, the Cowboys took Dotson. Hey, be cool with that. And then Peter Schrager has the Cowboys taking Tyler Linderbaum. I'd obviously be cool with that as well. I don't know that that's going to happen. A lot of smoke though, right? But according to Broadus, that's something that seems unlikely. But listen, man, one thing we can all agree on, don't nobody know what the hell's going to happen tonight. We don't. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know everything because I don't know everything. But Tyler Linderbaum would be a surprise to me, but that'd be a good surprise. That wouldn't be one of those Trevor Penning surprises. That would be a good surprise to me. Jeremy has Dotson going to the Titans. Sam says Linderbaum's not happening. I don't know why. I don't know. I'd say you saw my super chat, Sky, but I put Kenyon, Jalen, and yeah, I actually have them up here. The last few super chats. Yeah, I thought I got to yours, TC. My bad if I didn't. So TC915 has entered the drawing.
Super chat.
He has, where'd you go? Kenyon Green, Jalen Tober, Sam Williams as the top 3 picks. That seems a bit realistic aside from the Tober thing. But again, if they're coming up for Penning or if they're really interested in Penning, maybe we throw out the whole small school thing. Maybe we throw it out. I'm just going off of the data that we've had over the last decade under Will McClay, right? They don't really draft those dudes, but maybe you throw it out. We also got a super chat from Ray earlier when me and Marv was going at. That's my guy. Don't get it twisted. Me and Marv always do this. He said Sky wants to snap on this guy, Marv. Nah, I don't want to snap on him, man. I don't want to snap on him.
Super chat.
Jay Johnson, I already got that. B Bird. Shout
Super
out
chat.
to the OG B Bird. He's got Davis, Pickens, and whatever guard is left. See, that's a bit cheating there, B Bird, but we'll allow it to an extent. We'll allow it. And then Rico.
Super chat.
Montana. Can no longer take PFN draft seriously. How does Thibodeau fall to 24 for me? But I ended up with Thibs, Brandon Smith, and Trey McBride. I agree with you, Rico. I think we did one mock draft from PFN, Pro Football Network. And I've seen others do mock drafts. And I've seen Tyler Linderbaum fall all the way to the end of the second, possibly third. I've seen some crazy shit. And listen, no one can predict the draft, right? Like, that very well could happen. I personally like PFF's mock draft simulator. I feel like it makes it tough on you, right? And that can happen in a draft. You could be put in a bind. So, I'm not with the PFN one, but mock drafts are over. Like I said, books are closed. We're done with the millions and millions of mock drafts. Sam said Penning's a penalty machine. He is. Sky, you got my updated 3. Let me see. You're up. So all I got right now, Jay, is you got Green. Oh, okay. Yeah, you did it wrong. Nah, shoot me your updated 3 real quick, Jay, and I'm going to get to B on the horn so I can write this down. What's good, B?
What's happening with you, man? Draft day.
It's draft day, man.
You know?
Hey, look,
Here
it's
in
draft
Vegas,
day, and I already know how you feel if the Cowboys take a wide receiver.
Man, look, you know, I just don't. As long as it's not Burks, I'm not a fan of him, bro. You couldn't get Amari Cooper the ball. If you couldn't get Amari Cooper the ball, and he's a better football player and overall receiver, you think you'd expect me for you to get Traylon Burks the football in ways that the Niners get Deebo Samuels the football? You can't even get Tony Pollard the football.
So is it just Burks? It's just Burks you don't want?
Yeah, he's like my number 7 wide receiver, bro. He's not even in my top 5. And get out of here.
So what if they take your number 6 wide receiver? Which, by the way, dog, like there's legitimately like 6 first-round wide receivers this year, though. So 6, 7, or
and that tells me that they're reaching. If you taking the 6th wide receiver in the first round when you only got 13, what did he say, 14 and 16?
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna be.
Well,
you know what I'm saying. So I'm cool.
Then technically you're reaching, period. Whoever you take after pick 16.
I'm just specifically talking wide receiver, though.
Gotcha.
Like, I'm just not a fan of Burks. I don't know how to do the super chat thing, man. I don't be doing all that.
I got you.
If you give me your cash app or something, man, you already know. I'll run that over there. But my 3 is Devin Lloyd, Christian Watson, and I think they trade up to get Sam Williams. I think they want to go. I think they will want to go offensive line, but I don't think they're going to be in a position to get it. So I'm torn between Sam Williams and Sean Ryan, but I have Sam Williams as a better player. So I can't take Sean Ryan because I need him at that point, and I have Sam Williams on the board. I just think that when the Cowboys pick, the value is going to be better than reaching for an offensive lineman.
That is interesting.
That's just what I think.
That's
You know what
interesting.
I'm saying? It's not to say that I don't think that they need offensive linemen, but they want to talk about not reaching for players. All right, I'm gonna give them a shot.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give them a shot.
If they don't take Ryan there, I don't know who else is gonna be on the board. I'd imagine there'd be a few others starting caliber guards, and Ryan would be moved into guard. Now you're talking about 129. Pick 129 unless they trade up, which to me would probably scream you're not getting a starting guard out of the draft for 2022, barring injury. So that would be a big concern. And that would be
okay with me.
Interesting.
That would be okay with me because you didn't reach for one. Again, I want to make this clear. I'm not saying that they don't need one, but I'm not going to pass up on a Sam Williams in the 3rd round when I have him as a better player than Sean Ryan, unless they have him graded close. If they have him graded close, then take Sean Ryan. You see what I'm saying? I don't believe that the value is going to be there. You know what I'm saying?
I would love to know who else would be on the board at that point.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
me
3rd
too.
round is about the top of me taking Sam. It's just I feel like, man, you got a ways to go with him. Which again, these kids is young. Yeah, I don't think he's going to come in and. So you got what? You got Dante Fowler, and you got Armstrong. Could he compete with Armstrong? Possibly because of the physical tools.
All right. Let's put it like this. Okay, we'll go Sean Ryan. I'll just go Sean Ryan.
No. Hey, don't let me talk you out of your picks now. We're just playing a hypothetical game.
It's not that. I know it's that, but I'm over here thinking as I'm talking. It's
Gotcha.
like they're going to have to say, because they already gave Dan Quinn Lloyd in the 1st round, and he was the better player. They're not going to give him 2 in the top 100. I would, because I trust the coach. I don't trust Kellen Moore.
They gave him
so
6.
They
gave him 6 of them things last year. The first 6 picks. They sit here.
So I would. So, but listening to me, I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna go Lloyd, Watson, Sean Ryan. Those are my 3. I ain't coming off of it now.
All right, I'll switch it up.
Those are my 3.
My Cash App, for those who want to participate via Cash App as well, then include your picks on Cash App. That way I can follow along. It's $ chill will 1026. $ chill will 1026.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna participate that way, man. But yeah, I'm gonna go check out the draft, man. I'm gonna go check out the draft today. See what's going on. The Strip is crazy.
That's
man,
right. That's
parking
right.
is
You
gonna
down
be,
there? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm from the city, so I'm here. So I'm gonna go check it out. I was looking forward to trying to get you down here, man. You got an Instagram or something, guy?
I do. I don't participate on IG, but I'm on there. Skywalker still.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go look you up. It's gonna be Javon 702.
Yeah. Just shoot me a request and then I'll accept you and we good.
I bet that.
All right, baby.
Yeah, they're my picks, man. I don't want to hold you too long, G.
Appreciate you, man. Hey, enjoy the draft down there. Have fun. Be safe.
All right, bro. Get with you.
Yes, sir. I appreciate Mar for bringing up this conversation today because I'm starting to see in the chat that there are people that feel that way. Before my guy B switched up the pick, he was kind of technically along those same lines. I thought there was a consensus that offensive line was probably the blinking light need in this draft, or at least going into free agency. They didn't address it in free agency, and obviously we'll get to the draft. This is why I like the calling. This is why I like involving the chat. It makes me think. You already heard my opinion on how I feel about the offensive line. I truly do believe that. But just from getting the pulse of the nation, it's interesting to hear others believe that the current state of the offensive line is cool. It's interesting. Especially after what we saw last year. And I personally believe that the depth took a hit. Last year, I felt like you could be very confident in if somebody went down, which historically happens all the time in Dallas. This year, as we speak, I'm a little worried. You're talking about a Josh Ball at this point. I don't know. You're talking about, I don't even know who the hell the back. Is it Matt Forniak? Is he the backup guard? I just don't know. And that's a 7th round pick. And then Josh Ball technically had the talent, right, to be higher than I think he went to 4th. But he had the whole situation with, his girlfriend at Florida State that people didn't like. But struggled a bit at camp, got hurt. Still don't know. So I'm very intrigued that a lot of people are kind of like, cool, yeah, offensive line is fine, All right. I would love it, trust and believe me, if they roll into the season with that offensive line and those backups, right, that they don't really address the offensive line until day 3, I would love for it to pan out. Be skeptical, though. Charlie says trade up for Stingley or Davis. That's going to hurt a couple people because they love Stingley, but hey, listen, man, the cornerback room, if Boss Man's going to be there, and he's going to step his game up, I don't need to trade up for another cornerback. Edward says, playing. Shout out to my guy Foots. He says, me and Sky got something special planned. Yes, sir. As I've been saying all morning, Foots and I will be doing the draft show. There's been a slight change of plans, but it's a good slight change of plans. Originally, we were going to do the show about pick 10, but now we're going to start this thing from the beginning of the draft. I think I personally will go through the whole way. I know Foots is probably going to step out for a few minutes, but he'll be back. So we'll be covering the whole night, man. It's going to be a long, fun one. So make sure y'all check in tonight about 8:15 Central. No. 8:15 Eastern, 7:15 Central, because I believe the draft starts at 8 o'clock. So it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun. Vosh said I'm oh, you jealous. You getting Colin Cowherds coming on your show, bro. Make sure y'all check out that too, man. I'm going to be checking it out. Me and Foot's going to be doing the show. I'm going to have my boy pulled up right here on my phone, watching him as well. Hell, I might even call in. Whatever Quinn 1 says, Mystic Mike Gamer. You fix the O-line. You fix most, if not all, the offensive problems. I agree. Maybe the fixing happens internally. Also, with the offensive line, I think this is something you have to take in consideration. Besides the obvious, which is that Connor McGovern clearly going into year 4 is not believed within that staff or front office to be that guy. Clearly, he's not the guy long term. Meaning, if you'd elect to ignore the position, I guess you could take a 5th round guy or 4th round guy, then he could fill in 2022. I guess you could do that. But if you really want to get a guy that you believe in that could start, I would be doing that sooner rather than later and making him compete with Connor McGovern to win that job now. You know, we talk about value. That's how you get the most value out of said guy. I think you're tapped out at Connor McGovern, which means, hey, I would love to have him as my backup swing guy for 2022. That works because that type of player to replace next year is not hard. You can sign that free agency. You can draft another young guy. But the starter is a little bit more difficult. Charlie asks, are you Foots and Voch going live? Technically, yes, but not all together. There's going to be hundreds, if not thousands, of live streams on YouTube and across Twitch, whatever. And we'll be a part of it. Voch will have his show on the volume, and I'll be doing our draft show here, and it'll be me and Foots day one. So that's where we're at with it. Charlie. Get back into these chats. Okay, so Jay Johnson, thank you for getting me your update. Mind you, and we're about to wrap up this show here. Probably got about 5 more minutes. For all those participating in today's drawing, if you send a super chat, attach who you think the Cowboys will select with their first 3 picks. The winner, whoever guesses that correctly, will win a $50 Visa card from yours truly. It's a little difficult, but it's possible. So if you get the first 3 picks, I'm not asking you to get all 7. I don't care when the picks are. It could be 1, 2, 3. It could be 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, whatever. First 3 picks. Grant sent in Garrett Wilson, Ed Ingram, Nick Benito, and Jay, your updated was Green, Pickens, Woods. I'm going to write that down. Reason why I say super chat is because it's easier to find when I go back and not watch, but I can literally go into the analytics, find the super chats. It has y'all message. Boom, we good to go. Toxic's funny. Charlie, no. Foots and I will not be live with Voch. We'll be live on our own. So sorry if I confuse y'all. Trey says Sleepy Foots. And then Foot said, I only fall asleep when folks start arguing about Stephen Jones. Hey, I gotta give you a yeah, Foots don't like all that stuff. Draft people do not like to talk about that. And he'll say, hey, go talk to Sky about free agency. Go talk to Sky about the front office. Talking draft here, man. I promise you, Foots, we ain't gonna talk about Steven too much. Maybe we'll talk about what he says about the draft, but we're not gonna talk about Steven in general. We did enough of that, man. Again, like I've been saying all off season, it's gonna get to a point where we just gotta put it behind us because we got more things to talk about, which is the draft, the rest of free agency, camp, preseason, all that stuff will be in the past. But leading up to, boy, he was giving us a lot of content. Not great content, but a lot of things to talk about in regards to on the negative side. Oh, I believe that, Steve. He says they already have calls into free agent players ready to be signed based off their first 2 picks if they work out. Well, I wouldn't say based off their first 2 picks. I say based off of the draft, period. Right? Like, you can get a guy in the 3rd, 4th round that you don't need to go sign a guy in free agency. But I think that's just the NFL. I think all NFL teams have contact with Sam Tevy, right? Like, all teams have contact with guys that they haven't signed yet, but they, hey, just be on hold. Let's see what happens after the draft. We'll give you a call and check up on you. So I agree. John said, I'm getting ready to go up to Frisco at the Star. Let me tell you something. I really wanted to go. And I almost hit up Zach like, yo, let's try to get a live show down there at Frisco, or at the Star. But that takes a lot. So maybe next year we'll do that. If I don't go to the draft in Kansas City, I would love to be live with Cowboy fans at the Star for round 1. Woo! Matter of fact, Zach, if you're watching, Austin, if you're watching, let's make that happen. I'd rather do that than go to the draft, to be honest with you. Let's make that happen. Storm the star. All right, so we are just about done. I locked the phone lines because I wanted to make sure we ended the show in a timely manner because we still got a lot of things to go. I still got to go do things to get ready for later. Putting the finished touches on today's show or today's round one with Foots is going to be amazing. Y'all know me. I'm very OCD about how we produce these things and get them done. It'll be a fun show, so make sure y'all definitely tune in for that. KC cracking next year, baby, says Jamie on Cal. After the draft, we need a 40-yard dash with you and Law. So I need to reach out to Law about that. I've been talking about it on here, and I kind of challenged him a while ago because somebody said something in the chat. Yeah, I'm down for it, man. I don't do a whole lot of sprinting no more, but I am confident I could beat Law. And don't get it twisted. We not that far apart in age. So, I'll hit up Law and see if we can get that. Listen. Here's what we'll do. We'll do it at training camp. Training camp comes back to the Star in August, I think, or late July, one of the two. And probably me, Vach, Law, Boss. A lot of us will link up for training camp. Let's get it popping. 40-yard dash. Now, don't include Foots. I think Foots got me. He be out here running 4 or 5 miles a day. Listen, bro. I can't compete with that this time, bro. But Toxic, what am I eating tonight during the draft? My problem is when I get to working, I don't eat. My lady constantly hates that. But I'll probably eat prior. I don't know yet. I'm still focused on just putting together the best draft show we could possibly do. But I'm almost positive I will not be eating during the first round of this draft. That's almost positive. All right. Let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. So for those who don't know, tonight, 8:15 Eastern, about 7:15 Central, Foots and I will be back live. Things will be looking way different for the draft round one. We'll be covering it. He'll be our draft expert for the night, and we'll be breaking down all the picks. If the Cowboys trade up, we'll be ready. If they don't, they stay put. We'll break down the Cowboys picks all the way to the end of the first round, and then we'll see you tomorrow morning to essentially it'll kind of be a roll out the TV type of morning. Honestly, we'll react to round one. I know y'all will have a lot to say. I'll have a lot to say, so just let me get through what I got to say, and then I'll open the lines, and we can go ahead and talk about what happened. But like I said yesterday, barring some ridiculous pick, right? Like they take a running back or they completely trade out the first round. And I'm taking my own advice because if they do take a Trevor Penning, if they do take a Tyler Smith, Bernard Raymond, I'm going to be rooting like hell for those boys, right? We'll break them down even more and we'll figure this thing out. But RELAX. Relax. We got day 2 to try to figure this whole thing out, all right? With that said, we out of here, man. 8:15 Eastern, 7:15 Central. Finally, the draft is here. Tune in tonight, man. I'm excited. Probably right after this, I'm going to hit up Foots and talk more about what we're going to do. Make sure y'all here. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We out of here. Peace.
Get your damn act together.